watching Wish TV, Indiana's only statewide TV news network. This is breaking news.
Yeah, they just need to stay put. Oh my God.
We're following breaking news. Sullivan County is under a state of emergency after state police say a monster storm left at least 3 people dead. Remarkable video shows a potential tornado there, one of many across the state that may be confirmed today. The sheriff's office says anyone who does not have to leave their homes should stay there so emergency responders and utility workers can travel safely. The sheriff says there is an emergency shelter at the Sullivan City Hall building for anyone needing food, water, or just a place to stay. The storms quickly moved east overnight and into central Indiana. Another one of the hardest hit areas is Johnson County. Police in Whiteland, where these pictures of a possible tornado were taken, say the town took a direct hit. The high school is now a shelter. We have team coverage in Johnson County. We'll get to Adam Pinsker at a shelter in Greenwood Middle School in just a moment. But first, Lakin McGee is giving us a look at some of the extensive damage in Whiteland. Lakin, first responders are going door to door right now, making sure everybody's okay.
Yeah, Hannah, they are. We are seeing on the Whiteland Police Department's Twitter page that they say they have Red Cross with them. This is the second sweep that they've done going door to door. They just want to make sure everyone is okay at this moment. I'm going to go ahead and get out of the way because we do have... Yeah, there seems to be an ambulance coming this way, but this is at the intersection of US 31 and Whiteland Road. This is actually the second ambulance we've seen come through here in just 5 minutes, but we can tell you that US 31 southbound is blocked at the moment. You're not able to get down that way at all, so you can see that there's a few people trying to get this way. They're going to let this ambulance go through. But I do want to show you these power poles that are down as well. Now that the sun's actually out, we can see the amount of damage. I can see down there some lines actually touching the road. But northbound US 31 we do see is actually open, so it is southbound that is we're having issues here. You can see that people are trying to get through. They're stopping and asking police if they can get by here. So yeah, you can see some cars. They're just directing them to go back northbound up to Greenwood. You can see here. But yes, I do want to tell you that I have spoken with a few people that live through here. They say that their power is still out. A lady said that she was trying to get a bag of ice because she bought groceries last night and that it's probably going to be ruined. But just the storm that she heard coming in overnight, it was just enough to make her very emotional this morning. I spoke with a couple that came from Bargersville that said that they are just wanting to check out the damage. They don't have a lot of damage where they're at, but they knew that Whiteland did. But with that being said, I do want to mention that Whiteland police are saying to not actually go looking for the damage because there is some live power lines down. Again, do not go looking for that damage. So just be careful if you guys are going to be out and about today because you might run into those issues. But Adam Pinsker is also out here as well. We know that he's been out here overnight talking with people, checking in. Adam, what do you have for us?
Yeah, Lakin, I'm up here at Greenwood Middle School. That is the designated shelter set up by the Red Cross. Inside, you'll find cots, electricity so you can charge your phones and get on the internet. There's food, drinks, coffee. There's also toiletries and baby products here. And earlier in the evening, some people were going to the community high school in Whiteland, but there's no power there, so they're being asked to come up here. There is a shuttle service to get them up here. We'll show you some video from before sunrise this morning. You can see some of the devastation pretty clear. And we did speak with a gentleman who was in his home as the storm came through. Here's what he had to say.
My house is shaking a little bit. I think so. I feel like it's normal, but not normal. My windows going to pop out.
Just what I've driven around the Whiteland Road, Graham Road area, 400 North and US 31, we've got a lot of damage that's taken place from this storm. Some houses and some buildings that have collapsed as well.
And that is the sheriff of Johnson County, who said the courthouse also sustained some damage. His deputies were helping Whiteland police go door to door and check on folks around the county to make sure that they are okay. We'll bring you the latest as the morning rolls on. Adam Pinsker, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and like us on Facebook.
Adam, thank you. And as you witnessed yourself, access to Whiteland was nearly impossible overnight. Video from Saray Rodriguez shows large amounts of debris and an overturned semi on I-65 northbound near Whiteland Road. We are working to learn if anyone was hurt here. The storm also swept through Martinsville, leaving its downtown in disarray. Crews are already at work clearing the roads. Early this morning, those excavators were out and moved into Town Square to pick up large piles of debris from tree branches to parts of buildings. The damage is so extensive in Morgan County, NDOT has shut down all of State Road 252. That road connects Martinsville to Morgantown. The left side of your screen here is video from Tyler Milliner driving along 252. You can see just trees down in the road, in the middle of the road there. NDOT says the road will stay closed for at least a day. The right side of your screen is a view of that road there from NDOT, a map. And state police near Bloomington say no people camping were seriously hurt after they had to be evacuated from McCormick's Creek State Park. Troopers sent us these pictures of the damage. Police say conservation officers and other law enforcement agencies searched the campsites overnight and helped people get on a bus to safety. The damage extends to north of Fort Wayne. Kevin Mullet gave us permission to use these pictures taken near Harlan. He said several Amish chicken coops were scattered across the road, but that everyone nearby is okay. You can see, though, power lines nearly downed or down in that area. And more than 14,000 Indiana-Michigan Power customers near Fort Wayne and South Bend are without power right now. Nearly 32,000 homes and businesses under Duke Energy are in the dark. Most of those outages are in Johnson County, followed by western Indiana. AES is also reporting about 2,500 outages around Indianapolis. Now you can see more pictures and video of the storm damage online right now. We've gathered all of that information that we know so far and are updating it as we learn more. Just grab your phone, scan that QR code that's on your screen, and find this story in the As Seen on Wish TV section of wishtv.com. Now, it wasn't just Indiana that was hit. Deadly storms tore across the Midwest. 3 people were killed in Arkansas, and at least 50 people have been hospitalized there. Take a look at this video coming from an unconfirmed tornado in Little Rock. It was taken by a woman who works at Baptist Health Hospital. Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders says there is extensive damage to homes and businesses. In Coralville, Iowa, this video of some of that damage. Multiple tornadoes have been confirmed in 3 counties there. Local meteorologists are also saying the area is now being hit by a winter weather advisory with possible freezing rain and heavy snow. And in Illinois, 1 person is dead after a roof collapsed during a concert at a theater near Rockford. Officials say the collapse was likely caused by an unconfirmed tornado. Around 260 people were in the theater. The police chief described that scene inside the concert.
Absolute chaos. When officers are first on the scene, when the fire department, first responders get here, they do the best they can to control the chaos as much as possible. But ultimately, we go in and ultimately try and find people and save as many people as we possibly can and bring them to safety as best as we can.
The Rockford Fire Chief says 28 people were taken to local hospitals. The Storm Prediction Center had issued a rare level 5 high-risk warning for the system. That is the highest risk level that there is. Okay, let's head on over to Storm Track 8 meteorologist Jesse Quinn. A lot to unpack here. The severe weather overnight and then even into this morning as people are getting out there to clean up, they're going to be dealing with some strong winds.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned that high risk from the Storm Prediction Center.
Yeah, level 5.
To put that in perspective, it had been 2 years since anywhere in the country had been under that. And there was a good chunk of the Mississippi River Valley in that. Of course, we were just one step below that. They mean business. The Storm Prediction Center means business about these sorts of things. And as we loop the last few hours, really the last 12 hours, you can see most of the overnight has been quiet. But it was loud up until just after about midnight as this system, it really packed a punch across the state, and we had numerous tornado warnings going on at the same time. We know there have been some touchdowns. The National Weather Service will be working to confirm where those exactly were throughout the day and how strong those tornadoes were, but widespread wind damage, especially just south of I-70, really along a line from Sullivan County into Johnson County. So notice how, as we look right now, it's turning much more quiet in nature. We have a few showers in the far northern part of the state. Otherwise, we're pretty much dry, at least right now. I want to show you the storm reports, though, because we really have to touch on that, as this really does put it into perspective with the wind. The wind reports, you see those from all across the state, really all across the region. And again, it's been this way across much of the eastern half of the country, and continuing to stay active for some folks. Here in our area, strong winds will be pretty much the lingering factor for today, not associated with thunderstorms, but the backside of that system has strong winds associated with it. You can see the tower camera shaking this morning from our tower camera looking toward downtown. Notice how the temperatures, I want to point those out real quick. Our highs are only around the 50-degree mark, but we're hanging on above that in some areas early this morning. I promise you the bulk of the day will be in the 40s, but right now, notice how we're hanging in the 50s, and a couple of us in southern parts of the state are in the 60s still. Wind speeds are cranking up, and that's what's going to help to cool us down. Notice how sustained winds at near 30 miles an hour, and so the wind advisory in effect until 6 p.m. tonight. That is for the entire state. Gusts of 45+ miles an hour are likely. We'll talk about those falling temperatures, the strong winds, and possibly some scattered showers straight ahead in that full forecast.